intelligence, see all of the things you don't have.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can throw people. I've never really tried stealing anything, but I can roll for that aspect. I'd rather not roll dice out here and end up, getting a critical miss, and next thing I know, I'm locked up in Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, let's not do that.
But no, I mean, that's, personality is a big thing. When you're going through and playing in a campaign, and especially when it comes to 5e, I don't know, have you played a campaign in 5e?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you try and stick with just one specific class and perfect that? Or do you like to try and multi-class that where you can have, the extra abilities and things like that?
I'm a bit of a purist. I know there's a lot of ways and there's a lot of multi-class options that meld really well together.
Mm.
But I've always been under the impression that I always end up cooler, or I always end up more the way I want to be if I just keep going down a singular path, right?
Yeah.
Just build my character all in one class so it's really, really good at whatever I set out to do.
Yeah.
Use the example of a cleric. If I'm going to be a cleric, you know what I mean? And I set out on, I'm full support cleric. Again, I told you there's like a ridiculous amount of options for cleric in 5e.
Yeah.
But if I set out to be a life cleric and my job is healing people, I'm going to put all my levels into life cleric. I'm going to take all the healing spells and buff spells I can.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a support monkey.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you can do a cleric in a D&D campaign. I think that would just be so hard. I can't just
have a group of 3 or more people, so there's actually people to protect. It's pretty easy.
I don't know. For me, it's just doing the whole support thing. I don't know if I could.
They could smack stuff too. They have spells to hurt things. And in 5e, there's different ways to do it. So you could be a cleric that still has your cure wounds, but you're also a war cleric.
True.
So you could be really good at smacking stuff.
Or do a more necromancy based build.
Yeah, there is. There's like full caster clerics. There's a lot of ways to build it. I think 5e actually, one of the things it did really well was it made my love of clerics grow. It's already my favorite class.
Yeah.
I already love playing it. It just made it one level better with the tons of build options, the tons of archetypes, as they're called in the PHBs. It made it even more fun being able to choose those.
Yeah, and see, I think the whole going with one class is not a bad idea at all.
There's a butt waiting there.
Yeah, and I think I'll do that on, a separate campaign, but I think my first one, since it is, new to me, I definitely want to try out the multi-classing. So, but I still got to find if I want to do Rogue Ranger, or if I can find something else that can also blend in with the Rogue aesthetic a little bit.
Yeah, I also think there's in 5e there's a point where every class gets its second attack.
Mm-hmm.
So you can attack twice in one turn.
Yeah.
That occurs at I want to say level 3 or 4 of your class level.
Mm.
So like definitely don't shut yourself down and go like, oh, I'm going to take my first 2 levels in Rogue and then I'm going to start taking another 2 levels in Ranger, and so like you're just delaying your second attack longer. Don't do that. Whatever you do, take your time to get to the class point where you get your second attack and then start multi-classing.
Okay. And yeah, like I said, my main class is definitely going to be Rogue. It's just finding what I can meld with that won't be, an absolute shit show but that can still make sense. Like, I don't know if I want to do something that's more distance, or since I have that ability to sneak, if I want to do something that's a little more kind of up close attack based.
And the good thing is if you wanted to build the ranged style of play, you don't have to take levels in Ranger. The rogue can already do that.
Yeah. So, and that's where I was thinking, I'd have to look through all the classes again, but just like a basic melee class to add kind of to that damage and stuff that I can do. Maybe proficiencies with weapons that I wouldn't have before. So instead of sneaking up on you with a dagger, I sneak up on you with a two-handed sword.
Yeah, so that being said, can I mention something that I don't like about 5e?
Most definitely.
So in 4th edition, there was this structure for leveling where at certain levels you got feats, at certain levels you got new powers, and at certain levels you got your attribute points, right?
Yeah.
5th edition kind of squashed your ability to gain feats. And they said, so at these 4th levels, or at these level points, you could either choose 2 attribute points to 1 skill, 1 attribute points to 2 different attributes, or you could say goodbye to your attribute points and take a feat. And that part kind of lost me, because I like getting my attribute points. Like, I feel like as your character gets stronger, he should just get more attribute points as you level up.
Yeah.
At certain points. But you're going to shut down me getting feats? You're going to make me choose between attribute points and feats?
Well, I mean, and I suppose, too, that's where, as a DM, you can, I guess, technically change that, but I don't know.
Yeah, so I definitely modded that when I was playing.
Yeah.
And so I was awarding feats as well.
Okay.
Provided you met the prereqs.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can't just... You have 1 out of 5 prereqs. Take it.
I have a 10 in strength. I take the feat great weapon fighting. Yeah, it's not going to work.
I somehow went ape shit and I only have 4 strength, but I want to be able to carry a 900-pound boulder.
Yeah. Or you have an 8 in wisdom and you're like, I'm going to take a feat for extra animal handling. Like, you already have a negative in that attribute. Stop.
Yeah, things like that don't work. And then kind of breaking off D&D, because D&D it's an amazing tabletop game. It's a fantastic game just all the way around when it comes to tabletop. It's, the best RPG that there ever will be. But, so to go ahead and continue, this is the end of part 1 for this episode with Mr. Bear God 666 yet again being gracious enough to join us. So be prepared next week for the final half of this episode. Stay retro as fuck, my friends.